So we have actually written this code to make an index using this file with the Wikipedia plot uh, data set that we have used. We have made one Lucene index in this path. Now, what exactly is this path? It is essentially where this file is stored. If I want to check the file, the path where this file is stored, it is basically you can just perform exclamation pwd. It will be giving you the path where this file is stored. This is the path. Now, let's go to this path. Home, my name. Basically, this is my home directory. Then Dropbox and courses, then 2021 IRWS, and then notebooks. Inside that, this file is residing by Lucene underscore class .ipynb, and inside that I have created this index. Now let's just go into that path. So you can see it is the same path. Here you can see this is the ipynb file that I have created here. This is the file, this one, and this is the index that I have created. Now, as I was saying, if I open this file, or if I enter into the directory, there are multiple files, and all of them are in the binary format. That is, if I want to open some of the files or any of the files, you will be seeing that it is actually not readable. So if I try to open this file, you can see it's actually in binary, and so the other files, all the files. Okay. Now, what are these files? These files are actually containing the information that are basically there in the index, particularly the inverted index of the collection. So essentially, there are 34,000 documents, right? And their terms are being stored in these files, but they are actually in the binary format. Now, how to actually view them? Although viewing is not the only important operation, or is not actually the important operation that we should be concerned with, the most important operation that we should be concerning with is basically the search, the retrieval. Whether you can perform a fast retrieval using this collection or not, using this index or not. We will be discussing that later when we'll be completing the discussion on retrieval within maybe a couple of weeks. Then we'll be discussing how to use the PyLucene to perform a retrieval. But for the time being, if we want to look at the documents, can we do that? Earlier, while writing the code on our own, while writing the indexer on our own, I think this was the solution that we have written using a dictionary, basically a hash table. We have seen that we can actually make a JSON file from the dictionary. In the assignment submission, some of you had done that using storing the inverted index into a JSON file. Also, we have discussed on keeping that in a binary pickle file, as we have seen here. These are the pickle files. Basically, if we provide the pickle load function, and if we provide the file path name where we want to pickle it and the thing that we want to pickle, it will be creating another binary file such as this. Now, let's come back to the earlier question, how to actually view this. So to view this, there is a tool called Look. So the Look is a part of the Apache Lucene project as well. So there is a question, I guess. Amarjit is saying, is this binary format same as that created by Pickle, other than the data structure in which the index is stored? Is there any difference between the two binary formats? Excellent question. So the question Amarjit was asking is, we can see that there is this pickle file that we have created using the pickle.dump function, and these are the files which are there that has been created by Lucene. The question, if I am understanding it correctly, whether they are same or not, the answer is no. Here in this pickle, what we are storing, note that this is we are storing, we the user, or you can say we the programmer are storing this pickle file where we are just dumping a dictionary, basically a key value pair. That's what we are dumping. But in this index, which is created by Lucene, is containing so many more information. It will be clear when we will be viewing the document in this index. So in the PyLucene, in the Lucene, the look is actually available inside this Lucene package. So what we need to do is, earlier we have downloaded the Lucene for, basically we have downloaded the PyLucene source package. But to get the look, we don't need the source, because compiling the source on our own again needs some other dependencies. So just for the time being, or just to make our lives easy, we can simply download the executables, particularly the jar files, Java archive files. So how to do that? Note that we are using the version 8.8.1. Those of you who will be using the PyLucene version using the Docker, we have downloaded the 8.11 or 8.11 version. We are using 8.8. Note that we should be using the same loop version which is available together with the same version of the Lucene, right? So we should be downloading the look version of 8.8.1. 0.1 is not actually necessary, the third part, but we should be using the 8.8 version of look. So how to actually get that? So we can actually, there supposed to be an older version package link. Their website is changed a little bit. I'm not actually able to find that. Lucene features, release docs. No. Nope. Okay, so it is, okay, let's just, yeah, here it is, old releases. So here, as you can see, the latest version is now 9. Note that when we started, the latest version was 8.11. Now again, there is a release, it's Lucene 9. But we'll be sticking to either 8.11 or 8.8, whatever we are using. So the old releases is available here. Note that this is the path, core downloads. After clicking this downloads here, and then we'll be going into here, the Apache archive. Here all the older versions are available. We will be selecting the 8.8.1 version. So the Lucene 8.8.1 version, sorry, is available here, and there will be multiple similarly named things. Note the naming. Here you can see it is called SRC. SRC is called source. This is basically containing the actual Java implementation, which we have actually downloaded using the PyLucene. But we should be downloading this one. This is actually containing the archive files or the Java archive jar files. Note that the size is also larger. Now this file and this file are same, although the size is greater. This is a zip. This is again a zip. This is just a different version of zip called gunzip. So if we download that, we need to download that. I mean, I'm not downloading it. I already have that in my machine. So here I have actually downloaded. So it will be essentially a simple .zip file or .tgz file. After extracting it, you will be ending up with a list of directories like this. There you will be finding a directory called look. You need to enter into it. In my machine, as I am using the Unix, I will be using this look.sh. Actually, there was another file called look.bat, B-A-T, which I have, actually removed. I have deleted from here. In case you are using a Unix, in case you are using a Windows operating system, that is the file that you need to run this look. Just double clicking on the bat file will be sufficient to run or to open this jar file. Also, in some machine, if it is set up in the proper way, the JVM, the Java Virtual Machine, if it is set up in the proper way, double clicking on it can also actually open the look. Let's just try that. I have double clicked it, but for some reason it's not actually happening. Now let's look at the reason. You can see it is saying that it is not actually executable. So for doing that, for making it executable, I need to go to this properties. I need to go to permission, and I need to click this part, allow executing file as a program. Now, this will be similar for your case as well if you are using Windows. Now, if I double click it, expected it will be opening the look. But again, for some, it might be the case that for some reason it will not be opening. For those cases, we just need to run this look.sh file. And then this look will be opening. As you can see, the look has opened. Now what we need to do, here you can see a new window has been opened. This is the actual look window, and this is the choose index directory path. We need to choose that path. Okay. Now I will be choosing the path. This is the directory where I have stored, basically inside Dropbox, then inside courses, then this one, then notebooks, and then this index. Now just selecting index and open will be sufficient to open the index using look. Okay. You can see the total number of documents in the collection is 34,886. There are two fields, as we have mentioned during the indexing process, the title and plot. You can see the name of the field specified here. You can see available fields and term counts per field. And the total number of terms in the collection is actually 127,148, basically 1,27,000, and so on and so forth. If we want to view the individual documents, we can also do that. This is the first document. Note that this is a doc ID. It is 0. The first document is Kansas Salon. The title of the first document is Kansas Salon Smasher. This is the plot. And if we want to check the other files, other documents, you can see I just need to click it, and you can see the title of the file of the document. Now there are certain things that I want your attention to draw. Note that while indexing, we have specified, or we have set the index writer config with English analyzer. But here from this view, we can see that it is actually storing the raw document, the raw text. It is not case folded, or it is not downcased. Neither the stop words are removed. You can see and the all are present. And it is also true for this for the plots as well. For both of the fields, the raw text is actually present, and it is true for all the documents. Okay. Now, why this is the situation? Basically, consider the scenario. We are using Google. Let's say we are using Google. So here, if we search on Google, and if we search with, say, information retrieval books. Okay. Now, although while checking or while term overlapping, it might be actually considering. So let's add some other terms as well, like book and articles. So you can see here I have specified books, but here it is being highlighted. I hope you can see the boldness of this book. So although it is books, this book is being having an highlight that is specifying that there is a match with the query term here in this document. That is, when the searching is happening, please focus a little bit. When the searching is happening, it is essentially being done using the processed text. But when the document is being presented to the user, the raw document is being presented. That is, this is the raw document. This is being stored. This is being stored not for the retrieval purpose, but to show the user the document, the content of the document. So although the title contains from Leadville to Aspen, a holdup in the Rockies, sorry. Essentially, this field, all the terms in this field are stopword removed as well as stemmed for the purpose of retrieval. But when we or the user want to see this, see the document, he actually wants to see the actual document. If I stem this Rockies, it might be, I think it will be stemmed into rock. And if I if I consider this text to be stop stemmed, that is stopword removed and stemmed, from will be removed, to will be removed, a will be removed, in, the will be removed, this hyphen will be removed, and Rockies will be transformed into rock. From this stop stemmed version of the title, it's actually not that much easy to understand what the topic was all about during this, regarding this title. So essentially, we need to show the users the raw document. That's why the raw documents are being stored here. But note that whenever we will be performing the search, it will be actually performing the search on the stop stem data. This is a very vital thing that you should be keeping in mind. Don't get confused by looking at the raw data being shown here. There are other other fields like search analysis as well. If we will be essentially doing the search on our own, but still later on we can discuss this in a little bit. This is just a black box. We don't know how actually they are being done. Although the source codes are available, we can of course look at the source code, but essentially we will be writing some searching functions on our own. Okay. Okay, then is there any question up to this discussion? I have taken 20 minutes rather than 10 minutes. Is there any question? Okay, then let's move on to the second part of today's discussion. Yeah, some question.
Sir, is this this is just a toolbox?
This is just a tool. Yes.
Okay, sir. And sir, when you are accessing this toolbox, you used the index.
Yeah, so after opening this, you can see I have set the index path here, and then I need to press this OK, and it will be opening the index, where you can see there are 34,000 number of documents, number of terms, and all the statistics related to the index is there. You can see two fields are there. This is the name of the field, and that's it.
Okay.